Hello, today we will be doing our biome project. I'm Maka.
And I'm Jasmine. Today we'll be talking about and presenting our place of birth and our two different biomes, and then our school. I was born in Tualatin, Oregon.
This is where I was born, Long Beach, California.
For our first biome, we had the Pacific Ocean. The average highest temperature is 38.3 F, 3.5 C. The average lowest temperature is 4 C, 39 F. For the average climate conditions in winter to 55 F in the late summers along the northern California coast, and it's from 57 degrees to 65 F on the southern California coast. Weather found in biome: mild with cold, wet winters and warm, dry summers with extreme in temperatures and rain being unusual. A food chain in the Pacific Ocean. Orca eats seal, seal eats fish, and fish eat kelp. A keystone species. Pacific salmon. A Pacific salmon is a keystone species because salmon are main food sources for many animals. How energy moves in a food chain. The kelp producer gets 100% energy from the sun. Then the fish, the primary consumer, eats the kelp and gets 10% energy. The remaining 90% gets released as heat. Then the seal, secondary consumer, eats the fish and gets 10% energy. Then the remaining 90% gets released as heat. Then the orca, the top predator, eats the seal and gets 10% energy, while the remaining 90% gets released as heat.
Now for our next biome, we have the Mojave Desert. The average temperature in the Mojave Desert is 134 Fahrenheit or 56 Celsius. The average lowest temperature is negative 13 Celsius or 8 Fahrenheit. The average climate conditions are warm temperature climate. Weather found in the Mojave Desert. In winter, freezing temperatures and strong winds can be expected with rain and snow in the mountains. A food chain in the Mojave Desert. Turkey vulture eats Mojave green snake eats a black-tailed jackrabbit, and black-tailed jackrabbit eats a clover. One keystone species is a desert tortoise. The desert tortoise is a keystone species because it digs burrows which other animals use as a home or protection. Okay, how energy moves in the food chain. Clover, the producer, gets 100% energy from the sun. Then the black-tailed jackrabbit, the primary consumer, eats the clover and gets 10% energy, while the remaining 90% gets released as heat. Then the Mojave green snake, the secondary consumer, eats the black-tailed jackrabbit and gets 10% energy, while the other 90% gets released as heat. Then the turkey vulture, the top predator, eats the Mojave green snake and gets 10% energy, while the other 90% gets released as heat. For our last item, we have IVA High, our high school. Thank you for listening to our presentation.